Hello and welcome to my channel, Piece of Gaia. My name is Lindsay and today we're going to do a card reading on your manifestations, okay? Today's card of the day is number 18 here of the Chubby Witch Night in Oracle. Manifest that ish, okay? So we're going to talk about manifestation today and what are you manifesting? We're going to go ahead and take a look, okay? So first we're going to get into these cards here for your pick. We're going to do 3 different picks. And if you hear that noise, if you heard that, there is ice dams and big clumps of snow falling off my roof. So it is very unexpected when it will happen. So, and the sun is shining on this south facing side of my house, and this is where the ice is gonna fall off the roof first. All right, so let's go ahead and see what are the picks for today. We have Ladies Mantle, magical properties, comfort, balance, healing, and focus. We have Lilac with magical properties of protection, banishing negativity, psychic ability, and purification. And we have Jasmine with magical properties of love, harmony, tranquility, meditation, and spirituality. All right, lovely. So this is going to be number 1, number 2, and number 3, and I will see you in your selected reading. Timestamps are listed down below in the description and also should be in the pinned comments by now. Hello to those of you who selected group number 1 with the Ladies Mantle, magical properties, comfort, balance, healing, and focus. All right, so far what I'm really feeling with this card is, I mean, other than the words, that you're really manifesting a certain type of balance in your life. And I'm feeling like this is a work-life balance. So it's like work-life, personal life balance. So we're going to go ahead and see more into the cards here. So we'll put that one off to the side just for now. And we're going to go ahead and get you some tarot cards. So let's see, what are those that selected group they're manifesting at this time? What is a timing that they can see? And how can we help? All right, I think that's a good stopping point. We have 7 of Wands, Nine of Wands, 5 of Wands, and 9 of Cups. Okay, so already I'm feeling that there is a major wish with this card coming through. These 2 9s are showing me that you're almost at the end of the energy being at this ripest moment where it's going to be coming to you and things are going to be coming to a fullness, a full fruition. So you're going to be feeling this, you know, with your emotions. I feel you've been using your emotions to manifest, and this is of course the perfect way to get your manifestations to you the quickest. And if you can make it, feel it, and make it real within your body and within your energy field, I feel like that is what you're doing. I feel like maybe also with this, it says it would take a hell of a lot more to defeat you. So I feel like maybe you have really been through the ringer in this, and whatever is manifesting is meaning that it is going to help you sleep better at night. It is going to let you let go of the energy that is making you feel like you have to put up a wall when the energy is coming towards you. I feel like maybe a lot of things have been happening that you're kind of putting a general label on some of it, and you're like, well, you're not really sure if that's going to come true because you've been kind of burned about it in the past. And so the manifestations are showing me to be playful with it. The Five of Wands is saying a good coven lets each witch have a say. So I had a meditation about the Five of Wands actually today, and interestingly enough, it had to do with my cats. And I was doing my yoga, and as I was going into this one pose, my cat was getting all crazy, so I let him out of my bedroom where I was doing my yoga, and then there was just a bunch of crazy noise in the hallway because it's winter out and they get kind of wild inside. Sometimes they're like bored, and so they just get crazy. And what I felt I don't know why I felt the Five of Wands, but I then was like, oh, Leo energy, cat energy, you know, put in a human energy with that cat energy. It has this real friskiness to it. And sometimes the Five of Wands is the energy of if you play too much, it's going to turn into a real fight. And it's like a, you know, a playful fight that turns into a real fight. And that's kind of what was happening with my cats. They were playing playfully, but then it got kind of serious because it got a little too heated, because I feel like they stayed too much in one specific form of energy. Because I feel like when we don't exchange the energy and we don't let it change, like in the Five of Wands, five equaling that change, if we don't let the energy change over or remove ourselves from certain situations or actually go into the situation, and this card is kind of saying go into the shoes or the mind of someone else and let them kind of have the floor for a moment so that you can all have a bigger, broader understanding and there's not a lot of blocks in the energy. So I feel with your manifestation, the best way to really embody this is to not let others really in on it at this moment, because I feel like there's something about manifestation, if we tell too much, we're giving the energy out and it's spreading itself too thin. You want that energy to be right into your manifestation, to be kind of tractor beamed into you, and that's what the Seven of Wands is saying. But it's also saying that because, you know, if you were to share your opinions of the energy of your manifestation, because right here we have wands, wands, wands. So I'm feeling like you're still in this real preparation stage of actually physically getting something, because we have emotion, we have energy of spiritual and just a passion energy for it, you know, the real drive behind what's actually going to be happening. So the Seven of Wands says witches should hold other witches accountable. So I'm feeling like when sometimes it's like I'm feeling this mainstream kind of energy versus independent. Like I'm thinking of like independent music versus mainstream music, independent movies versus mainstream big blockbuster hits. Like I'm feeling like there's some kind of idea that you have that is kind of this indie cool like idea that's coming through, and in order for this to really be very unique and specific to its design, it needs to stay within your energy field, because if you share this, you're going to be up against some opposition. Now this could be very slight, because I find with the opposition of manifestation, it could be so simple as just saying it. And this is like so powerful for me. Like it's happened too many times for me to ignore. So like let's just say, okay, I'll use an example. So I was outside before it became winter, and I was telling my neighbor that I was gonna put up a fence. And I had a lot of other tasks to do, but I was gonna put up a small fence, and I just wanted to let him know where it was gonna be and everything. And we were just talking and stuff, and talking about like improvements we were making on our houses. And I had in the back of my mind that I really needed to get done this insulation box for my water unit, because last year it froze and I wanted it to be really insulated this year, because I didn't want to get out there, and I didn't want my partner getting out there early in the morning with the heat gun or the hair dryer or whatever we were using to heat this pipe, because we just didn't build this sufficiently enough to keep it from freezing. So this year I went all out and I did that, but I didn't tell anybody I was doing it. So now the fence never got done. Okay, I told the neighbor, we talked about it too much. We just ended up talking about it too much. And yes, it is a little bit bigger of a project because it involves 2 people. It's a little bit bigger. So it's just, we made a plan for next year, we're going to do the little fence. But this year, like, I had said a lot of things that I wanted to do, but a lot of those things that I voiced out loud that I wanted to accomplish did not get done. So what I'm saying is that, not saying that like everything that I talk about doesn't get done, but it is crazy how that happens. Like, when I don't talk about the things that I really need to get done, I get them done. My manifestation ends up coming true because it is for my purpose only. Nobody helped me with that. There was some end things that I needed, like rocks collected and stuff out of this pile that my partner helped me with, but that was at the end, final touches. And he didn't even ask me like as I was doing it. And sometimes he actually knows that too, that if he talks to me too much about something, or if he asks too many questions, or if he tries to nitpick or mansplain or do anything like that, he knows that I get a roadblock and a lot of the stuff that I end up accomplishing. So a lot of the time he doesn't even really ask me what I'm doing. He's just like watches me. He's like, oh yeah, she's doing something. And when I was done, I was like, oh, this is for the water, by the way. And he was like, oh, okay, cool. And like, we went out there and we put it out there and we set it up, and like, he helped me with the rocks. But in order for me to accomplish creating this box and how thickly insulated and all the little details that it took, I had to be the one to execute this because it was my vision. And this is just a rudimentary thing, but I'm talking, this is giving me vibes of creativity. It's giving me vibes of maybe even something that you would like to involve yourself in that is going to be around a lot of people and seen by many people, and you want to get it just right. So maybe you'll heed my advice and not share. Okay. All right. So let's get you some more energies here with this deck here. And this one is going to be the goddesses. Let's get you some goddesses for today. And if you didn't watch the first part of why I even brought this up, is because this is my card of the day, Manifest That Ish, number 18. So I'm really feeling that we needed to talk about this today. And sometimes I just have something in my crawl that it's like, I'm sure that the information's out there. I'm sure other people have talked about it. But when I specifically am wanting to bring that energy into my life, and I'm maybe hearing it from multiple sources, it's just a synchronicity for me to really get it into my life, get it into the planning stages of my life. So for this video, it's like manifestation can mean that you just have to have something within your field, within your area. Like this picture here, you know, it's like really just putting in the work, doing the work, writing it down, making those lists, preparing yourself for it even. See, she's got lots of different spiritual elements I could see here, and lots of preparation that she's made. I could see this as also some type of a spell work that she's working on, but also this ability to feel a freedom. I'm feeling this freedom from being able to manifest, because I feel like it's getting easier for people to do it because there's way too much information out there these days that helps us. So let's see, what's a goddess or some goddesses for you today? I want to help you with your manifestations. All right, we have the in-between Hecate with number 19. We have number 13 with New Beginnings, Astray, and number 16, Gaia, Earth. Yeah, I feel like Gaia comes in to say, this is about to happen. This is about to be physical. Whatever it is that you've manifested, this is about to be real in your world. This is also giving me vibes of pregnancy, if that is a wish for some of you that are watching this. The new beginnings in this is really giving me, yeah, that aspect. Because the number 13 here is also showing me that something has to possibly end. And those number 9s that came in, it's like maybe there is something that's coming to completion and you're really focusing on what's next. And now you're in this in-between stage. And this number 19 is showing the Sun card to keep it light, keep it positive. You know, make sure that the vibration that you're setting for yourself, that joy, that's the phase that you want to be in when you get to that position of when you receive that manifestation. And the number 16 is showing me so much that you can let go of in order to bring something else in, because I feel like whatever space you're about to make is going to be an abundant space. I feel this fullness to this energy as well. Let's read this. Live in a constant state of gratitude. Yeah, that's like the key for manifesting a wish, I feel. And I will probably repeat myself many times saying that, but I feel like that's also programming, you know, reprogramming ourselves. So you're having to reaffirm constantly where you want to be, what you want to be in a state of, because you can slip back into that old programming that is not for you. Maybe it's old generational. Maybe it's just something that's been repeated so many times that it's hard to break that habit. But in order to break that habit, you have to do the same thing with the new thing. You just got to keep doing it repetitively, right? Okay. All right, let's get you a symbol here. Symbol. And back to your Ladies Mantle card that you chose here, I also feel that being in a state of comfort when healing is very important, but in order to find a certain type of balance and focus towards manifesting more of what you want, there is moments when you get out of your comfort zone and you have to find a way to I'm feeling soothe yourself in times where it is more difficult than saying, like, in your comfort zone, everything's good. I'm feeling this energy in this card. It's like you got your tea, you got your candle, you're all good. You're in your space. You can let the energy flow. You can let the thoughts go onto the page. But sometimes, you know, in order to expand into what is different than what you currently have, that's a little bit of an uncomfortable place to be until you make it comfortable. So it is showing me like using more healthy ways to comfort yourself, because I feel like there is this way that stress can kind of build up, and there's this inner thought process that kind of happens, and it's like you're suppressing a lot, but also trying to kind of fit into the situation so that you don't show everybody that, oh, I really don't feel like I belong in this particular situation at this moment in time. So I feel like when we get into those states, it's like you have to find healthy ways, because I feel like there is ways, like there's I feel like nervous tics, like messing with your cuticles, fidgeting with your hands, biting your tongue in your cheek. There's all these little tiny, popping your knuckles. There's a lot of tiny little habits that we get into that are ways that we're dealing with stress by soothing ourselves in those kind of ways. So I'm saying, like, is there ways that we can do something differently, like calming ourselves by counting a certain way, thinking a certain way? Like, I like to think of the gratitude energy, you know, getting into that state of the gratitude, or really processing why you're there. You know, if you have to put yourself in a state of uncomfortability, you have to reaffirm to yourself when you're feeling stressed, you know, and wanting to retreat back to that comfort space. It's like reminding yourself, why am I here? Getting back to that focus, right? Focusing in on why am I here? And then soothing yourself with the idea that the reasoning behind this is so that you can get to more of that comfortability and balance. And also achieve more healing because you're overcoming obstacles that maybe were things that were like open wounds to you before. And I'm feeling like you're really going to be healing from that. And whatever earthly manifestation that's coming through in this new beginning, it's saying to embrace when you get into that moment. Don't have one foot in and one foot out. When you can fully step into the new, step into the new, embrace the new, and put yourself in that energy fully. Because with one's foot in the past, you know, that is going to cause a kind of, I see that as like a leak in the energy. Like if you have a straw and you're sucking up the liquid from the straw, if there's a hole in the straw, you're not going to get all the stuff up through the straw, right? So that's why I see the past as being like that hole. So close it up, walk into the new, close that door completely, open the other door fully. Yeah, feeling like there's very feminine ladies mantle too, just despite your gender. I feel like there's a lot of receptivity. All right, so we have growth, talisman, and magic. So cool. All right. So I'm feeling already that you have this very protected energy on your side, and whether what you want to call that, you know, is up to you. I feel like this is a very triggering word, magic, to some people who are very scientifically minded, but I feel like the energy of magic is just the kind of the feeling that real magical feeling, or that synchronistic feeling when like so many things line up and you're just like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. Like I have moments when I know that I'm supposed to be doing a task because, like, let's just say like I was building something and like I needed this size board and that size board, and I go out and I find like 2 or 3 boards that exactly match what I'm trying to accomplish, and I'm like, I know that's kind of silly because it's just like building something and, you know, measurements or whatever, but like that to me is pretty special. Or like I'm making something and I'm putting it away in the freezer, and like I have exactly enough freezer bags for that specific item, or just, you know, just like things like that. Like I just feel like there's some things that just line up perfectly, and moments, or they could be number syncopations, anything like that, and to really make you have that aha moment where you're like, magic is happening, like the air is just teeming with it, right? And if you were a cat, you would be able to see all those little sparkles of magic. If you ever see that video of the way cats see, although they look at us like, I saw the picture of the way they see us, and it's like we're these ultraviolet, like zombie looking things. Like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. I don't know if that's 100% true, but you know, that's their interpretation of the way they think that the cat sees. Very magical world the cat sees. All right, so number 15, growth. I also see the devil card, in that by the idea, and I think the devil card is like that, using that word devil is, I wish there was another word for it, because I guess manifest could be a good word for one part of that card, because in order to manifest, sometimes we have to have an obsession or have this just very it could almost borderline on being this trap that you have to get yourself into, and you can't do anything else because you have to focus on that one thing. So that's the devil card, like that feeling of being trapped. But also it could be focus, you know, you could use that ability toward focus. And then talisman is telling me that there may be a physical object. 331 is showing me number 4, and it's showing me like a physical object, maybe even something that symbolizes the number 4, to symbolize the number of stability of the foundation that is underneath you, to carry with you and use this as something that is, you put maybe some energy of magic into this thing to create more of this manifestation energy. Because I see this as like, also this swirling pattern is kind of the pattern of everything. So it's like you're connected to everything. You are a part of the everything. So that's another thing about manifestation. I feel that, you know, sometimes we don't really put ourselves in the position that we're a part of everything anyways. It's like, it's almost like you would want to get outside of everything to really see that you're individualized, but really you can't do that. Like, it's impossible. So it's like you have to get into this receptive energy where you're being okay with the fact that there is this balance of light and dark. And that's also another attribute of manifestation, is taking the light with the dark, because the dark is the physical, the light is the energy, right? So it's like, put those two together, you're bringing in your manifestations. So I'm feeling that having a physical representation of this thing is going to be very powerful at this time as well. All right, so let's get you an animal spirit and a message with that animal spirit from this tarot deck here. Okay. All right, so this one fell out onto the floor. We have the Judgment card, and this has two different creatures in it. We have a butterfly and we have cicadas. So cicadas have a very long journey. So what I'm feeling from this Judgment card with your animal spirit is that there is a very long journey that you've been in. This journey could have even lasted more than 10 years. And now you are starting to wake up from this, maybe a little bit of illusion that you might have been under. And now, instead of that illusionary energy blanketing over some of the things that were like, you were trying to have rose-colored glasses, is what I'm feeling, is you're taking that more into account and making it actually real. You know, seeing it for what you can really have, instead of what is the energy of the illusion that you might have had about the thing. Yeah. I also feel within this animal spirit is showing me that there are many different shells that we can break out of, like lives that we've had before, that we can shed those. We can literally break out of that and shed and be born anew. Judgment card, new beginnings. This is so beautiful. Really feel this is going to be very life-changing for you in the most positive way. I also feel like you might even start to believe more in the magic of the energy around you, and to get into that, I feel like that childlike spirit as well that takes you on that journey to be able to experience those moments. Because I feel like that's very healthy for us to experience those childlike moments of joy, because it's very difficult to continue to have those after childhood, right? But when you can, it's magical, right? All right, well, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me in this energy. And if you feel so called and you'd like to come out and see me again sometime, I do this every Saturday, 6 p.m. is my upload time. And I will see you again. Bye-bye. Hello to those of you who selected group number 2 with this lovely card here, Lilac, magical properties protection, banishing negativity, psychic ability, and purification. All right, so let's see. We are talking about manifestation today, okay? So this is my card of the day, so I just wanted to really elaborate on this with our card reading today. Yeah. So just like this fuzzy material right here is manifesting. It wants to be leg warmers. Ooh, what? Yes. See, this is a fabric remnant that I bought. But I was like, ooh, I like that. It looks like a sweater, but I'm like, I don't want to turn it into a sweater. And it's not even big enough for a sweater, but it is perfect for, I just heard leg warmers. That's also, so if that was your idea that came through and I heard that, thank you. All right. So let's go ahead and get you some tarot on this. What is your manifestation? When is your manifestation? Who, if, okay, because we are talking about group 2 here a lot of the time, you guys, with the relationship stuff, so we will elaborate on that if it comes through. But I hope you all are doing well and in those high vibe energies in order to receive your manifestations, really getting those negative energies just goodbye. Like, no thank you. It's not the zone I want to be in anymore. Yeah, I'm really feeling like you are definitely protected from this, is showing me here. And with that lilac, your psychic ability might be very heightened at this time, or maybe steadily increasing. All right, we had the 4 of Swords. All right, well, there you go. There it is. 15, Toxic Witches, which is the Devil card. Then we have 10 of Cups. And then the King of Cups. Immediately what I was like, I heard when I put this one down is don't let them rain on your parade. That's what I heard immediately. So right away with that message, I mean, I would think that even everybody should watch number 1. I don't know what's going to come out for number 3, but I'm going to say the same message, that not to share your manifestations, because I have more times than I can count of situations where I was trying to manifest something, and even if it was something simple, if I spoke too much on it, it kind of just didn't happen. It's like I used the words to wish it away almost, right? So this is showing me you need some rest in order to bring in these manifestations, and possibly even a good meditation session will really be powerful for your manifestations, okay? All right. And then again, with the emotions and manifestation, so we have the Cups here, 10 of Cups, just really that all, giving your all, putting all your emotions into it, really setting yourself up like meditation does. It really just traps you. I'm seeing like that energy of the devil. Trap yourself in a situation where you have to sit there and meditate and focus on the fullest amount of emotional positivity that you can muster up to bring that in. Okay, so it says, okay, but sometimes it really is all rainbows and smiles. Yeah. So I'm feeling like there is this ability for you to be able to get into that positive headspace. And the King of Cups is perfect for this, because I feel like if you're a very balanced in an emotional state, so that you don't let others, you know, come in and tarnish your energy, is what I'm hearing from this. I saw banish and then I heard tarnish. But yeah, because I feel like sometimes even toxic positivity, like people can want the best for you, so they're like, don't take a risk and try to do that, don't change, don't try to do that. And as I said that, my stomach gurgled. I did just drink some of my protein shake before this reading, but that gurgling is telling me that you know, trust your gut instinct. You know, how are you feeling in those moments when the people around you, like, can you share this information, or should you just maybe talk about something else? You know, maybe you might be obsessed or laser focused on your specific manifestation, but in order, that might cause some silence, I feel, or some non-communication, because it's like you're trying to manifest this thing. But I'm seeing that be cautious of those who take more than they give. Okay, so if that's an energy that's around you, that's a clear-cut red flag sign that you should not be sharing this information with this person. And this doesn't even have to be physical stuff. It's like, do they give less energy than you? Are you putting in more energy and more excitement into the situation? Like, I know you probably, everyone has had that friend that is just kind of not, like, they just don't really give to the energy. And I could see how those kind of people, they're good at maintaining their energy level. But there's some times when you need to put some enthusiasm into some things, and there's some people that just will not go there. And those kind of people, I feel you should be wary of in this situation. Like, if you're related to people like that, like, whatever, that's like, I'm just saying, in this particular situation of your manifestation that you're bringing in, maybe not have those people around you, maybe, or if you have to have those people around you, just don't share that specific thing that you are trying to bring in. And I feel that that meditation will really help, you know, putting yourself in a state of rest and finding a real bliss. I feel this energy of very, very cozy and blissful. Because these cards, it's like so much positivity in these cards, and then we have this toxic energy. So I feel the Devil card can be very potent for manifestation, and I wouldn't be surprised if something like that also came through, because I'd even talked about it in reading 1. So I wouldn't be surprised if something comes through for reading 3, because we're literally talking about what it takes to create. And sometimes the passion in the Devil card, the lustiness in the Devil card, the drive, the obsession, those kinds of things within good measure can bring in what you want, right? Like, if you don't have a sex drive, let's say, how are you going to manifest a child in that energy? You know, there has to be some kind of balance to that, so you have that light and that dark aspect. It's like you want that light energy of the beautiful glow on a child's face, but you also have to deal with the aspect of what it takes to bring that child into the world, and what the pain that it's going to bring, and all the hard stuff that comes with it. But then you also get the benefit and the reward of, you know, carrying on the generation, la, right? So I feel like if you are looking to get into this state of really being blissful, one way Spirit is coming through to say is purification, purifying that body, doing your necessary purification things. There's many things you can do online. There's teas, there's fasts, there's just so many things that you can do to get yourself eating clean is also what I'm hearing as well. Because there's lots of coded messages in processed foods and the things that we eat in general, just from their DNA coding. They're not always 100% heirloom organic, right? So some stuff is very much lab created, and then they say, well, this is a natural thing, but it carries a code within it that is specific to something that isn't natural and isn't really supposed to be going into your body. And to be perfect at this and to eat perfectly and cleanly, I would love if I could do this all the time, but I live in the real world, and that's not always like a thing, but I am moving closer towards that with my life that I'm having. But I'm feeling like at this time that is just kind of a message coming through, that getting into more cleaner state of eating, and maybe even like the media that we watch, maybe we need to distill some of that. Okay. Yeah. Always compose yourself before giving a response. I love that. And then this one says, why aren't you resting? So I'm feeling like also, if you're having trouble with your manifestations and you feel like it is directly because of another person's energy, maybe they're robbing you of your energy, maybe you're feeling trapped by this person, maybe you just are in a state where it's like you're young and you're at home and your parents are just like, you know, you're getting on that wavelength where you're starting to separate your energy and become more of an individual, and like your parental energy, you're starting to notice that maybe some things are just not like the vibes you'd like to carry on from there. So I'm seeing that composing yourself in a way by if you need, first is saying sound, okay, with the swords is saying drown out that noise. Do you have headphones? Can you get into that state? Can you get into a state where you're kind of in your own world sound wise? Okay, then the second aspect is the emotions, or using water. Okay, this is showing me using water to create what you want. You can do this with the moon. You can do this with your affirmations in your water. I'm being guided to say look up Dr. Hashimoto's water experiment. Okay, water is just so coded. If you've seen a snowflake, it's beautiful and it has a real symmetrical, aligned energy because it hasn't really been disturbed by any process. And when you do processes and you disturb, like this could even be done by anything, if you're disturbing that process of the way something is changing or forming, like if you're like when you drink water and you're putting it in your body, you're using it as a form of like alchemy to say that this water is going to now turn into blood, turn into urate, turn into some stuff that's going to plump up the cells in your body. You're going to get more hydration, right? There's this thing that you're doing from drinking the water. Well, there's also an energy that you could put into the water because of where it came from. It was bottled, it was in a pipe, it was in a distiller, it was in something going through a process. And if you can then say before you put that into your body, you change that process by processing it, and again, in a very soft energy way, by putting that love onto it, and then putting it into your body. That's what is coming through here to say that that's going to be really potent for you. And it's going to also help you keep those emotions very balanced. And also, hormones aside as well, I feel like that card is really showing me hormonal balance can be a big issue as well. And when we're around a lot of other women, mixing with other women is showing me here, those hormones are very, very, interchangeable. So sometimes your energy is not your energy. So make sure you cleanse and do your purification after you're around certain circles, when you're at work, when you're in family holiday situations that are, just any kind of situation, or if you have to go to school and then you come home and you have to do a little process before you get into that mode. It's like slipping into another dimension, cleaning off, getting that, shedding that energy. I'm also seeing like this smoke, maybe even doing Palo Santo or saging yourself outside before entering your home. Especially if you're really trying too hard to change something drastically and bring something big in. So I feel like the 10 of Cups, it's a big change. It could be a big change from some other negative energy and then moving into then a very positive energy. If you want to be there, let's act as if, really changing the way that the chemistry around you and the chemistry within your body works. This specific reading it feels like it's very detailed, and there's a lot of energy that you guys are trying to manifest. And I guess one word of advice just coming out here also is take one step at a time. Don't try to bring that boulder through. Try some pebbles. Try little nuggets first, and then try that big thing. Okay. All right, so let's get you some goddesses here. Goddesses would like to come through for those that selected group 2 to help with their manifestations. Okay, we have the future with Skuld 46, number 32 with Mama Killa, the moon, And we have number 7, Brandwin with forgiveness. Yeah, let's just stay there. A lot of information coming through. Okay. I heard forgiveness of a mother, first of all. Forgiveness kind of came up upside down, but I like to look at the cards. So I was like, I'm feeling that maybe we do need to forgive, and that might be a little bit of some kind of energy that we're holding on to that we can release ourselves from in order to go into the new and get this manifestation. I also feel like the manifestation is being in a better, more healthy and happy environment. Just because these two cards is like very opposites energy. And I'm feeling like maybe the future, she's coming through to say the future is showing me 46. It's very balanced. It's very harmonious. It's very stable. Feels good here. The moon is showing me 32 with a change. Number 5. The change is inevitable, I heard. Because of the cycles of the moon, it's inevitable. Change is inevitable. The number 7 is showing me that yeah, I'm feeling very guarded to say. It's like, I feel maybe you're holding back. There's some words that you're holding back. And the 7 is saying that this is going to be a positive outcome. You might maybe went into it with like, oof, I don't know. But it will, luck is on your side if you're okay with that word. I find some people don't like the word luck. But Brandwin is kind of showing you that when we're able to release those burdens of letting people occupy our mind, people that might not even have you on their mind, and you have them on your mind. Or maybe they have you on your mind. You know, they could be both ways. But when you let them occupy space in your mind, you're not making enough room for the new thing that you want to bring in. And this could be, this I guess I'm taking so much time on this one because I feel like this is going to take some time. Showing me timing. Yeah, and well, this is showing me the month of January. This is showing me timing of this, not an exact timing, but a flow. It's showing me the way that the energy will flow. It could be slow, it could be fast. It just depends on your emotions. How quickly are you able to pass through emotions and fully actually release and let something go, versus how long you're going to let something be held on to, gain stagnancy, maybe even ice over. So this is up to you. And forgiveness is that release. And in order to do this, I feel too, is really putting yourself in that place in the future of where you would like to be versus the things that you're trying to hold on to so tightly. You know, is that really going to be beneficial to you in the future? Or can we let this go with the cycle of the moon? And then the moon is also showing me ritual. So if there's any rituals that we could do in order to release something that's very personalized. All right, let's choose some symbols here. The Knight of Cups is also showing me that there's a person either coming towards you, a person, a love interest, a person you're, oh wait, is that a knight? No, it's the king. Okay, I'm sorry. The king, yeah, the king is showing me, yeah, there's a person. This person is coming through as a love interest, or this person is your partner, your significant other. There's something about them particularly. I'm not putting too much attributing factors onto the astrological signs, but I am picking up from, I like to also look at the major arcana that's by it. So this Capricorn energy is coming through. But other than that, this is a very balanced individual. This is somebody who is going to be there for you when you have an upset emotion, and they're not going to be thrown off and go into your emotion. They're going to be like a rock, somebody who's going to be there for you, somebody who's going to be able to respond accordingly to the situation to bring more balance, I'm feeling. And this person also might really help you to get free of your negative thoughts. Okay. Oh, all right. Oh my gosh, that. I'm gonna do the shuffle again, but you saw how long I was shuffling. I was sitting here shuffling forever, and I got the same 3 cards that I got in number 1. That is trippy. Okay, we're gonna give you some more cards. Obviously, you're meant to go back and watch reading number 1. I'm gonna do a dish. Oh, see, look, it's not even, they're not even wanting to oh my gosh, that's just crazy. Okay, so time. All right, yep, this is gonna take some time. Yeah, that's also showing me cycles, night and day. Yeah, and I'm feeling like it's up to you. This could take 1 day. This could take 5 days. This could take a month. This could take 41 days. Like, there's a timing aspect here. Ooh. And you know what I'm also hearing? Timing for, what's that? Yeah, timing for a child. I saw the 10 of Cups. We have partnership here with the Knight, or the King of Cups. And then we have this Capricorn energy. Okay, let's get some more, please. Wants to come out. Veiled. And Healer. Okay. We know we got a number 32. Yeah. Healer. Feminine healer, I heard. You're healing feminine wounds. Maybe you help others heal their feminine wounds. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, the moon is also the aspect of having something hidden from you, and we have this card veiled, so I feel like in order for you to receive the information that you need, I'm being called to go back to this card for the meditation. We need to get into a receptive meditative state. And then I'm hearing it will be no time at all. It will happen very easily. I'm feeling like the healing is the biggest change about this. I think that that's the forgiveness within the healing, and it can be very powerful because then you're just freeing up this huge amount of space. So nice. All right, let's get you an animal spirit and also another message here with the tarot. The Woodland Wardens. Alright, what animal spirit wants to come through for those that selected group 2? What is their last message here? I'm going to get 2 messages, and of course, we got the Lover's card. Alright, Lover's and Magician. Wow, okay. So lots of harmony, balance. I feel like there is a significant person coming into your life if you have not already have this person on your mind. This person is wanting to be manifested in your energy field. I feel like you have all the materials, all the knowledge, everything that you need at this time to manifest what you need. And this card is showing me that feminine masculine balance. I'm also hearing Gemini. I'm also hearing Virgo. Gemini, Virgo with this card and this Gemini card. But okay, so as far as timing aspects on these 2 cards, I'm feeling this one is showing me the season of those signs. So we have late spring and in September, early fall. Late spring, early fall for another timing. All right. Oof. Guess you get a chunk of snow falling off the roof in your reading as well. Okay, see, releasing. We're releasing in order to bring in, right? To free yourself up. Unveiling my house. It's covered in snow and ice right now. Okay, another way, these cards are saying another way to the raccoon spirit is coming through here in this one. Another way to banish negativity. The raccoon spirit is saying keep it light and keep it clean. I'm hearing keep it clean. You know, they clean water with their little hands. Also, there's something about your hands. There's a, you know what, I'm gonna look it up and I'm gonna put it, hold this finger, and it's like fear and like, there's different emotions that you could hold your finger and you can release the energy. It's a study that was done. I'll put that in, but something about that with the hands. And also holding hands, I'm feeling like maybe that is a very, I feel like that is a desired thing. There's something about holding hands that is a desired thing. Also just staying in the energy of love. Yeah. I'm seeing that as like a protection for you. And love is a real purifier, right? It can, even if you put it on the most strong, hateful things, it's just, you say, I love you. Like, it's okay. It's okay to feel how you feel. You know, that can be very powerful. All right. For yourself and another. All right, so the other message I guess that is coming through here with the ladybug is do not dismiss luck. Okay, that maybe you are a very lucky person, and maybe not to just rely on this alone, but I would feel that the word luck is also coming through in the derogatory sense, getting lucky. I'm feeling like there is something about that as well. If it has been a long time, I'm seeing that's coming through, that might really help you. That might also help with negativity, because I feel like there was a message there with hormonal release or something, because sometimes we can get really pent up energy and we need a release of our oxytocin because it's become kind of crusty and stale inside of us, and it's like you need to release that oxytocin and use it. Don't store it away and hold it and never share it with anyone, is what I'm hearing. Okay. Yeah. All right, well, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me in this energy. And if you feel so called, come out and see me again sometime. I do this every Saturday. I upload at 6 p.m. Central Time. Okay? All right, have a lovely rest of your day. Bye-bye. Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. Ah, you picked this lovely Jasmine card. This is group 3. All right, so you have love, harmony, tranquility, meditation, and spirituality. Very lovely. Perfect states to be in for a manifestation that you're drawing in. Potent energy. So if you didn't see the beginning, this is my card of the day. Manifest that ish. So if you are trying to manifest something, hopefully something will come through that will click for you today, that will help you in that manifestation. All right, so let's go ahead and get you some tarot. Let's start out. So I hope you all are doing well today and having a lovely day wherever you are in the world. We're all connected. We're all connected. So please give us the energy from those that have selected group 3 to help them with their manifestation. And what energies are they working with at this time? What, where, when, who, tarot? Come on, give us the tea. Oh, seeing that one. Ace of Swords. All right, you had an epiphany on something. The World card. 10 of Wands. It's the Strength. Okay. Well, anytime the Strength card comes up, I tell myself, okay, what am I up against here? How can I make this more efficient to serve me better so that I'm not going uphill, going on an uphill battle? Okay. That's one message. And also, the Strength comes in to say it's strong to be soft. It says it takes great strength to be soft. So yeah, softness is in strength. So, you know, I find this is a very physical, evident thing in people, as they are, like the way they, you know, kind of are on the outside is almost sometimes the opposite of what they are on the inside. So I feel like there is this worldly attitude that is coming through that I'm supposed to kind of bring forth, that is, this is a good way to get your manifestation, to see yourself in this worldly aspect, and even from a micro to the macrocosm kind of aspect. Like, you count yourself as one even though you feel in a sense of adversity, or, you know, looking outside, you know, like you take a metaphorical spaceship or a Google's eye view of the planet, you know, and really just meditate on that, think on that. What is it that separates you in that moment? Nothing. You are a part of everything. So there is this wholeness that the earth has to having you, to having everyone in it. You know, even the worst people in the world to the best people in the world. You know, it makes the world whole. It makes it balanced, right? And I remember wanting total world peace when I was a little girl, but now I just will settle for having peace of mind myself and things progressing, you know. But I'm seeing that you don't have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders as well, because this is actually stopping. You have this roadblock here I'm sensing in the manifestation, because we're trying to be too strong. I'm hearing we're trying to be too strong. We're not asking for help because I feel like, you know, maybe we have a very specific goal in mind, and maybe we don't see another person as having that same interest or putting that same drive or that same energy on it. And so maybe we have a little bit of fear of letting someone come in and help us, or they might change things too much. But I'm saying that it is strong to ask for help. And when you do this, it's okay to be the boss. Okay? It's okay to be the person that says, this is exactly how I would like this done. Even write it down. Okay? And welcome in. The Ace of Swords is also saying welcome in ideas, but filter those ideas. See this as this tiny little sword. So it's like You can have a lot of different perspectives, but just that one little one could be the one. So even in a mind of clutter, as when I'm hearing a child's voice coming through, or maybe this yeah, children, Leo energy. I'm hearing a child's voice coming through and having like a lot of things to say, but you may not listen to every single thing that this energy is saying. It's just jabbering on, jabbering on, jabbering on. I'm not saying this is specifically coming from a child. I'm saying like even just this reading, maybe there's only just one little nugget that you're going to take away from this, and you're going to be like, oh, wow, that one thing she said was like perfect, but like all the other stuff, like I could have heard, I didn't need to hear all that other stuff. Right? So, and I find that very funny with card readings. I love watching card readings because there's always going to be something somebody says that's going to change my mind, that's going to get me in a different perspective and help me along my journey. So that's why I love doing this. So I am hearing though a child's voice coming through, wanting to be heard, jabber, jabber, jabber. And there is one thing they say that has some truth to it, some relevance, and that one thing ends up really being, and that might even be your mind. I'm hearing that might even be the mind rabbit holing, really trying to figure things out, going through so many different thoughts, running thoughts syndrome. I'm also hearing like maybe you have a little bit of that where your mind kind of catastrophizes and you got to kind of catch yourself and pause yourself and take time for yourself. And I see here, this one says, yeah, you did it. Now do something to celebrate a job well done. Yeah. And this card you picked, it's love, harmony, tranquility, meditation, spirituality. And I'm seeing that the spirituality aspect, the tranquility, harmony, and love, those are all showing me pauses. A moment to pause, a moment to really feel the moment, a moment to feel grateful for what you have and what you've accomplished. And with that release of that celebration, I feel you put a real ending on it, and then the new energy comes sweeping right in. And I have a great example for this. So when I talked about in group 2, I'm like, and this material is totally manifesting leg warmers. Ooh. And this is like a fabric remnant, and it hadn't spoke to me up until that moment. So I was like, okay, yes, that's what it's going to be. But, you know, you'll have times when you have to finish a project in order to have another idea about another project. And if you're like me, you have many ideas about many projects, and it can get overwhelming. Okay. So narrowing in and focusing in on one, finishing it, that's going to give you that clear mind, that clear channel for more manifestation. So if you've got a lot of lingering projects, a lot of lingering manifestations that haven't really been brought to fruition, the energy is coming through to kind of say, you know, maybe we need to execute those things, finish those things in order to feel that sense of accomplishment and completion. And then you can also, I'm feeling with this card here saying with the spirituality aspect. Now, spirituality is so powerful, and we all have our own. We all have our own aspect of how that works in our world, even just that word in general, like what does that mean to you? And maybe that is going to be coming up a little bit more. And then we have meditation is what I heard first of all. I don't know if I said it right away, but meditation being a really, really great way to draw in, because you're kind of trapping and compartmentalizing your thoughts and your own self as well, you know, stopping the fidgeting, stopping all the things that kind of go on in the world constantly, all the stuff and all the chatter, you know, that I was hearing before, and really calming that down and getting into a meditative state. And it takes me not that much time now, but when I first started into this and I tried meditation for the very first time many years ago, decades ago, I realized that I was trying to force it too much instead of letting it happen naturally. So when I do yoga, or when I'm stretching, or when I have moments when I'm reading or anything like that, or just a moment when I need to have focus. I have to be able to distill all the negative thoughts and disregard and put on a shelf some of the positive ones, or my mind is constantly building as well. I'm a real creative and a builder, and I cannot stop my mind. Sometimes I'm like, please shush. I'm trying to do something else right now. I don't want to know how to create an awning for the front part of my house. Like, I'm just, my mind is going, or it's like I'm working on a hat and I'm like sewing this hat and my mind's like, ooh, that material you have in the closet would make a great jacket. Like, my mind starts building the jacket in my head when I'm not even I'm like, stop it, focus. So I'm feeling like you guys too, you have a little bit of that. And the group 3 is a very powerful energy. I feel like you guys are kind of that soul sister energy for me, and you're kind of like, you take on a lot of tasks, you do a lot of things, you kind of do the most, and you put yourself in a position where you almost can't stop yourself from manifesting. It's like it's just piling in and coming in, and it's like in those moments of big things, though, that I feel that you're trying to draw in, it just takes a little bit more. And when we do that, we have to get rid of all those little things that we're manifesting, and we really have to focus. And that can be very difficult. So that's why I think meditation and really honing in on those spiritual practices is going to be the best thing for drawing in this manifestation. As far as timing is concerned, the World card is showing me it's either happening right now, it already did happen, or, and you're worried, you're wondering what the next thing is going to be, or I'm also seeing a year from now. Okay. And then the Strength card is showing me in the month of August. And this might be a very powerful time for this manifestation to either start or take a new evolution to it. Or I'm also seeing to develop and into something that is going to be more lasting. That number 8 is showing me this infinite thing that when it starts getting going, it's just going to kind of take care of itself. All right, so let's go ahead and get your goddesses here. Goddess would like to come through for... Oh. Those that selected group 3. Goddesses like to help us with their manifestations, please. Alright, we have number 6, Benghazi 10 with beauty. Number 22 with iris and communication. And we have number 41 with Pravati and devotion. This one's coming in the reverse, so we'll attribute that. So she's saying whatever you find beautiful, whatever is this beauty and that creates this sense of tranquility that makes you attracted and love and all that kind of good stuff, is like, embrace a lot more of that, especially the things that maybe are supposed to be attributes of beauty that maybe you don't find beautiful, maybe about yourself. They're saying love those things right now, love those aspects about yourself. When you can really accept who you are now this complete vessel to have a strong will to command that wand. What that wand is, that magician's wand of manifestation, I'm hearing. So, and the Lovers card is coming through, and I'm hearing a message from group 2 as well, but what I'm hearing in that is the balance, the feminine, masculine, the light, the dark, those kind of energies, the physical, the non-physical, those things have to be integrated, like the emotions, into that card that you want, right? How is it going to make you feel? How's it going to raise your, status? How's it going to, whatever your situation is. And then for iris and communication, is the 22 is showing me to master your ability to sit and be present with another individual. Because there might be some information that could come through that could be very potent for your manifestation. And also I'm hearing that once we stop talking about our manifestations and let others speak, I'm hearing more of them speaking to us than us voicing, so that we are not really sharing or divulging or interrupting the flow of our manifestation. So keeping that communication, expertly communicated. And also I'm hearing, don't tell others what they don't need to hear at the time. Yeah. And I'm seeing that coming after this 21, 22. So it's like there's this new energy coming through that I'm hearing. Do not speak about this new manifestation because you do not want to interrupt the flow. And then we have number 41 here with Pravati. So 41 showing me a 5, a change. But with that 4 and that 1 with the 5 is a more stable change. And it's also more geared toward letting you shine. And I'm also hearing a love message with Pravati coming through here is to, since it was in the reverse, I feel this energy of be careful what you devote yourself to, because once you get involved in something that becomes routine or habit, it is very hard to change that thing. It's going to become very ingrained. It's going to become the mode of, and then that's another message for if you're trying to change the programming or change the way you do something in order to manifest. It's going to take time. It's going to take real devotion. And since this was in the reverse, I feel like there is something that maybe we are distancing ourselves from or trying to take away. Maybe we are trying to distance ourselves from a situation and let go of a certain burden that we have. And that is the opposite, kind of devotion. You're releasing yourself. So I'm feeling like there's a love message that says there's something that you desire. There's something that you love, that you want to be a part of. It's also showing me something about letting go of the ego. Letting go of the ego. And not so much as letting go of it, but maybe examining it, because I feel like maybe you might be devoting yourself to something because you're just trying to prove that you can see it through. Prove that you're going to stay there. You're going to drudge it out. You're going to, like, we've been together this long. And it's like, maybe we need to lighten, maybe that's in your mind, you're going to lighten that up a little bit and kind of re-devote yourself to some things that you're more passionate about, that aren't really this thing or this person or whatever it is that's really been something that it's almost like you feel like you can't stop because it's already, because I feel this is like a long-term relationship. Like somebody who is watching this needs to kind of hear this. It's like someone has been in a very long relationship, and it's changing in a way, because you're always changing. I mean, year after year after year in a relationship, it's always changing. But at some point, there's a change that happens where we might realize how our life has become, and you're going to get two different results from that. You're going to get the opinion of the person who's involved and the other person involved, and they may not share all of their opinions or their thoughts or their feelings about how they think the relationship has progressed and if they want to see it go further. And sometimes you don't say anything at all because you just want to keep it continuing, and you don't want anything to change because it's like it feels too late, and it's like you've gone so long. It's like, why change at this point? Like, I'm too old for this, or something like that is coming through. So I'm hearing that it is okay to completely change the way you have done things. Doesn't mean you have to not be with maybe if this is a partnership, it might just mean we need to make some kind of significant change that's going to make a difference in the way that we look at each other. And I could speak from experience on this. I guess something is coming through that I should share, I guess, a little bit. But at one point in my relationship a few years ago, we realized, we were kind of at this crossroads where we were kind of going two different directions. And I wanted to know what his plans were, and he wouldn't share them so much. It's like he was just very drudged into work, and I had kind of stopped working, and I was taking on more of house duties, and I have been renovating my house for years now, and it is a full-time job. It sucks sometimes, and sometimes it's really great. But I feel that we had to change for us to get into that mindset of that's what we were actually going to do. We had to really have a heart-to-heart with each other. We had to sit down. We had to really think about it. And then we also had to have time pass to where we had to look at our lives if we weren't together. We had to be realistic. We had to be adults, and it was hard. It was really hard for us to think about that, but we did it, and we are stronger for it now. Because we actually were being realistic with ourselves and looking at things the way we needed to look at things, and that hard honesty has made so much more love, has made so much more harmony. He shares things, I share things more. We have evolved into this, and now we're about 14 years into our relationship, going on 15, and things could never be better. Like this, it's gotten really, really great. And we have our moments, but we have a new system of the way that we handle things when we come up against issues. And that's what I'm feeling is really working through this manifestation, is if that resonates with you at all, I feel like you're going to be becoming aware of how you can rework a system for your life that is just going to make things run a lot smoother, and you're going to have more harmony, and you can stop and have, see the beautiful things in the world, and you can have better communications in your life. I feel like also when the number 22 or it comes through, you're definitely going to be the master builder. You're building something masterful, and that takes time and preparation, and you've probably already done a lot of that work. So let's go ahead and get you some symbols here. That's great. Courage comes out, and we got the Strength card. I love it. Okie dokie. Just yeah. Okay. All right, so a lot of heart chakra energy in your reading here. We got these 3 shades of green, green and yellow kind of color. Yeah, I'm feeling that there's something to do with your love, your heart, your devotion, your level of letting people in, your openness. This is a manifestation ability that when we keep it in that heart chakra, that is very powerful. And that is pretty much the portal that brings things in. That's in my opinion. I feel like there's lots of other ways. There's that tractor beam of that psychic ability, but those are only just certain levels. I feel like that's up in the mind, and then to bring something in more physically or into more of a passion energy where it's starting to change into something physical that we start doing that changes into something more tangible. There's different steps to that. So I'm feeling like this courage this is so great. It's like this is coming through to just say, be brave about, like, not everything is always going to be the way that it was. Because if we kind of manifest from that space, that's a blockage as well. Because you might be, putting a little bit of energy into the manifestation where it's like I'm hoping, but it might turn out like it was. And that didn't turn out very good for me. So I'm seeing that to transmute this energy, shed that skin, forgive what you need to forgive, communicate those feelings, communicate the energy to even the forces of, this manifestation and whatever you subscribe to, ancestors, spirits, whatever there's, or just your own higher self in that position of that future position, right? I'm seeing another master number, the next master number to 44 here, that next level up. So yeah, you guys are definitely mastering some major manifestation skills and creating a sense of worthiness here, I feel, in this card that you can build off of, something very stable. Because when you, like I had said, what was that message? It was like, when you can, I think it was in group 2, when you can forgive and you're stripping yourself from that layer and letting go of that stuff that made you feel like insecure and all this and that, and you can have that strength and that courage to stand up, maybe it was this group, then you can truly be undistracted. You know, it's like you're now a strong, confident person with the courage to execute that wand, right? So when you can do this, I feel like it's almost like you're just opening up this birthright, is what this card is saying. Like the energy was always yours. You just had to master a few things in order to get into what was truly for you. Because maybe what had been blocking you is you had made a choice to devote yourself to something that didn't turn out the way you wanted it, or something like that. And I'm hearing it's not about that it didn't turn out the way you wanted it. It's that you had to go through this in order to know what you actually wanted. Wow. Okay. And that could sting a little bit, right? But not really. If you think there's no wasted time. You know, you have to really put yourself there. There's no wasted time. If you had to repeat a lesson over again, you just had to, you know. Sometimes I have to relearn math. Like, I've talked about this in other videos. Like, I'm very much language, you know, physical, tangible. Like, if I could touch it and I can create it physically, I'm there. But when it comes to even like this channel or like doing the marketing or doing anything, like, I'm not good at that kind of stuff, and I'm trying. I know saying it out loud, probably shouldn't say that out loud. Like, I should say, yes, I am good at. Okay, there's another message for you. Don't curse what you can't bring in, you know, like this old energy where it's like, I can't do math. And it's like, I can do math. I mean, I've accomplished so much. I've built so many things. I used math to build those things. So yes, I am good at math. You know, changing the wording, I guess, is what the message is coming through on that. All right, we're going to get you a spirit animal and an extra tarot card from that spirit animal with these guys here. Woodland Wardens. Okay, oh, you got the sun. That's so cool. All right, with the horse. Great energy. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you watching this are Leos. We did get 3 different Leo type cards. Excuse me. Yeah, but what this card is really showing, this horse is coming through to say, is let that free spirit out. Whatever that you feel that you've been broken by, quote unquote broken, like they break a horse just to make it calm down and not be so wild and free, and they can put a saddle on it. Like, this horse is saying, don't let them put a saddle on you. Don't let them break you. Be strong, be free. In any way that you can find to be free in your world, find that freedom, find that joy also. Because being in that state, you know, in that loving, beautiful, positive energy, this is a surefire way to get your manifestations. And I'm also being guided to talk about how children, how they manifest, you know. It's like, it's so simple, it's so easy. It's like anything also is it's easy to please. It's an easy to please energy. So it's like, work on the things that are easy to manifest and then bring in the big things, is another message that came through for group 2. Yeah, I really feel there's so much passion and positivity. So this is showing me, above all, you're going to have a positive outcome. Lovely, lovely. And then another timing aspect would be July. All right. Okay, well, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me in this energy. And if you feel so called and you'd like to see me again, I do this every Saturday. I upload at 6 p.m. Central Time. Okay, thank you so much. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye-bye.